yesterday I ran out of screws somehow. I thought I had more than that. Apparently I didn't. So I went to Jerry's and I picked up some more. And I would say I am almost halfway done. And I'm going to try my best to finish the framing for the ceiling today. I've gotten a little bit of a late start, but I definitely think it's possible. So we're gonna dive right into this and hopefully we get it done today. Let's see if that's the case. So I've been using self-tapping screws for this. I've been using 2.5, and when I went to Jerry's, they had one. They only had these little, I don't know, these little batches. And they literally only had one pack of 2.5 inches. So I had to get 3 inches because I couldn't go any smaller than that. I don't think it'll be too long. If anything, it'll just add a little bit more strength. It definitely doesn't need to be that long, but it is what it is. That's what we got. Hopefully this will be enough. There's 20 in each, so I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. Here we go. So I've been using these clamps to hold the wood up here. That way whenever I'm screwing it in, it just holds it in place. It makes it a lot easier to use these self-tapping screws. If not, it's a mess. I wish I would have done this with the wall framing. I didn't have clamps at the time. I should have bought some. It would have made the framing of the walls so much easier, but luckily I have some clamps now, so this is going a little bit more smoothly than the walls did. It's still frustrating at times. Some of these self-tapping screws will either break or get too worn down before it can tap into the metal, and I can't use these. So that has happened about 4 times so far. With all of that I've done, all of this, it's only happened 4 times. So that's not too bad. Hopefully that doesn't, hopefully I don't lose too many that I can afford to lose at this point. To the tips breaking, I really want to get this done today. It's about 4:30-ish, and so I'm getting a little bit of a late start. I wasn't feeling well this morning, but I'm a little bit better now, and I'm just really tired. I'm hoping, my goal is to get this framed today, and then I can get this. I feel like this is the part of the ceiling that's going to take the longest, and it's going to be the most frustrating, but once this is done, the ceiling's going to go up pretty quickly, which I'm really excited about. This is the wood that I'm going to be using on the ceiling. It's just a cedar tongue and groove, and I really like the look. And I also have some puck lights that I'll be installing. So we have the insulation, wiring, and then we'll do the puck light holes, hang the cedar, and install the puck lights, and the ceiling will be completely done. So I'm hoping to get that done all by the end of next week. I want this bus to be finished as soon as possible, and my goal is to get it done by the end of the year, if not sooner than that. So I am going to bust my butt to get the framing done today so that we can start on the insulation tomorrow. So with that being said, let's hop to it. I always say in every step of this build, this is the worst part of the build, and I still ring true to that statement. So I was originally, like I said earlier, using 2.5 inch screws, which is perfect, and now I'm using 3-inch screws because that's all they had at Jerry's. Not a big fan of Jerry's, just gonna put that out there. And so the 3-inch screws, literally the very tip of it reaches just enough to touch the other side of the metal, which is not great. And they're skinnier, so they've been a little bit frustrating, and here's a prime example of why I'm a little frustrated. So on this one, as you can see, this one, the tip broke off, and this one literally broke in half. So that's what I'm working with. And as you can see, I got one in there, but this is not an easy task. It's definitely quite the feat to do on your own, but if I can do it, you can do it. So I have 2 more ribs, and then the framing will be done. I think I've been out here for a couple of hours now, even though you've probably seen like maybe 30 seconds, a minute or 2, I don't know. But this is a very, very tedious task. Not my favorite part of the build. I feel like none of the parts of the build are my favorite parts of the build. Until I'm done with them, then I'm like, yeah. But this is definitely, for me, I'm definitely still kind of just learning as I go and just working with what I got. So it's starting to get a little bit dark, so let's keep trucking. Well, I got this far. I know it's a little dark. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day for the day. I'm almost done. I have literally just like this one rib and the rest of that one. This really takes a toll on you, and it is super tedious, and I'm not trying to kill myself on this build. I am getting back to building every day, but I told myself I'm just gonna take it day by day, get as much as I can done every single day. Even just a little bit is better than nothing. I am excited to be back building inside the bus, and I hope that you guys are excited too, especially since I'm kind of giving myself a deadline by, which would be, I guess, New Year's. I can't wait to see how much it changes with the ceiling being done. And I'm also going to do something different on the walls instead of that real thin plywood that I have on there now that I painted white. I am set on a layout. I don't think I told anyone aside from Isaac what this layout's going to be. It did change from the last time. So far this is the only one that has stuck the longest, and I haven't talked about it to anybody. So I think it's really and truly what it's going to wind up being, especially since it is coming down to the wire and I'm trying to get this done as fast as possible. I definitely am going to do something a little more simpler. I'm not going to have like a crazy electrical system. I'm not going to have like crazy plumbing. It's just going to be basic electrical, basic plumbing. It'll be everything that I need for now. That might change later on in the future, but as of right now, that's all that I need. And I just want to get this done so I can take it on some trips. And the framing on the ceiling's almost done. I'll finish tomorrow morning, and then after that you guys will be seeing this video. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, you guys. It is a different day, same goals. I stopped here yesterday, and as you can see, I tried, I think 2 screws in that one screw in that one, and they weren't not working. That one finally went through. I definitely don't recommend these skinnier, longer screws. The 2.5 inch thicker ones were way better and a lot stronger as far as getting them to drill into the metal, but it is what it is. This is what I got, so this is what I'm working with. So the goal today is to finish the rest of that, this last rib here, and then the framing for the bus will be complete, and then tomorrow I can start wiring and then hanging the insulation. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's the goal. So let's get it done. Finally finished. So the framing for the bus is done, and the reason I did it this way is because, as you can see, all the ribs in the bus are metal and very hard to drill into. So by framing it with used 2x2s, they basically fit pretty perfect on there, and by framing it with 2x2s, I can go in with these cedar planks and just tap into all of the wood, and I can even put a little bit of wood glue and then tap into that, and that'll also give it a little bit of extra bondage and make it a little bit more secure, which is something I might do. That will be done this week. So as of right now, the framing is done. It took me 3 days, but if I really and truly, a total of 2 days, I could have got this done all by myself. So the next step is going to be wiring the puck lights that I have and anything in the ceiling, like the max fan. I think that's it though that I'm gonna have, is the max fan and the puck lights. And then we'll go and start inserting the insulation as well. This part of the build is definitely not the easiest, but as you see, it can be done. I did it completely on my own, as can you. It's tedious and it takes a lot out of you, especially if you have crappy tools, which I kind of do. I built this bus so far primarily on Ryobi tools, so it is what it is. But I'm really excited to get back into the building process. I'm very excited to see this bus with the ceiling and the floor done, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna finish the walls on each side, finish this back part up here, and then I have plans for the front as well, and then the front bottom part as well. Once that's done, which will definitely be within the next couple of weeks or so, I'm actually gonna start framing everything else as far as like the bed and the furniture, and it's really gonna start coming together at that point, which I'm super excited about. But thank you guys as always so much for watching. I have definitely not been as active on YouTube this month like I normally am. I typically post every day or every other day. I go live once a week, and there's just been some things going on personally with me that kind of have taken a toll on me physically. So I feel like I'm starting to get back on my feet though, and I'm starting to feel better. So with that, I am just jumping into this build. Like I said, I'm not gonna try and kill myself, but it's getting done, and that's what matters. And also my goal is to get this done before the end of the year, so that's what's gonna happen. And I'm just really grateful that you guys have stuck around and you are experiencing this journey alongside with me, and I can't wait to take this thing on some trips. And as always, just thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want to continue to see this build come to life. And I will see you guys next time for some wiring and insulation.